What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Caleb coming to you with another game analysis. This time I'm going to be looking at game 4 of the Western Conference First Round Series between the Houston Rockets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Houston gets the win on the road in Oklahoma City, 113-109. Obviously, the story of the game, another good start. Another great start, I should say, by Oklahoma City. You know, and again, but at the same time, again, another blown lead. They've blown leads in games 2, 3, and 4. You know, obviously they were able to hold on to win in game 3, but another great start. They're up by as much as 10 in the first half. We really got out to a strong start out the gate in the first few minutes of the game. But again, Houston made their way back at the end of the first half. And then, again, another great start by Oklahoma City to start the third quarter. They got out to as much as 14. You know, but then again, it was that third quarter going into the fourth where Westbrook goes to rest, and Houston makes that run with Westbrook on the bench, you know, and the scoring's not happening for OKC offensively without Westbrook on the floor. and again, Houston's supporting cast outduels Oklahoma City's supporting cast again. The biggest of all, Nene with 28 off the bench. 28 and 10 off the bench. A double off the bench. Woo! Man, I mean, it had been Beverly, Gordon, and Williams this series. You know, Beverly and Gordon with 18 apiece. You know, that's give me Gordon and Williams with 18 apiece. Both have shot 5 of 13 from the field. Williams was able to give 7 rebounds. Those were huge for Houston. And then, Gordon 4 of 7 from 3-point range. Gordon made some key plays down the stretch for Oklahoma City as well. You know, again, and James Harden struggled tonight. Harden only had 16 points on 5 of 16 shooting. 16 points for 16 shots to get 16 points. Man, that was a tough game for Harden. He had 8 assists and 7 rebounds. But again, man, you know, it kind of proves why I believe Westbrook is an MVP by a landslide. You know, I mean, Houston's got the better supporting cast. That's why they're number 3 in the West. You put Westbrook on Houston and you put Harden on OKC, you probably get the same result. You probably have the same result. You know, that's just how much better Houston's team is to Oklahoma City's team. But you know, Houston takes a 3-1 lead over Oklahoma City, going back to H-Town for Game 5, where Houston looks to close out the series at home. The fourth quarter, Mike D'Antoni, you know, as much as you hate the strategy, I mean, I'm not gonna call it Hacker Shaq or Hacker Dwight or Hacker DeAndre or Hacker Robertson in this case. You know, it's just, you know, Mike D'Antoni, like halfway through the fourth, went to the intentional foul on the bad free throw shooter, which was Andre Robertson. Robertson had been 1 of 9 for the series coming into the game. Come at that point. I'm sorry, he was 0 of 9. He was already 0 of 4 from the field in that game. And I think Robinson only made they fouled him what? I think 4 or 5 times in that stretch, and Robinson only made 2 free throws. I mean, obviously they did not. It didn't have as good of an effect as the Rockets had hoped, but it was enough though. It was enough. I mean, because the biggest lead was 5 when they started fouling. What, baby, about me? Between the time that they started fouling Robinson and between the time that they stopped, it was the biggest lead was a 5-point lead until Billy Donovan decided to take Robinson out. I think they took him out way too late because of Robinson's importance on the defensive end, being a primary defender on Westbrook. Excuse me, I'm sorry, on Harden. I think that's why Billy Donovan left him in that long. But last couple minutes, Russell Westbrook's shot selection just atrocious, man. Just atrocious. I mean, it was basically the same thing in Game 3. I mean, Westbrook he keeps pulling up for jumpers. I just wish he would take the ball to the basket more. I'm a LeBron fan, so I know all about guys settling for jumpers instead of taking it to the rim like you're supposed to do. But, hey, I just felt Westbrook's shot selection wasn't very good again. And I think that's what really cost him out of everything. Of course, it was that great play design where trying to remember what happened. It just went fine. I'm trying to remember what happened. They fouled Steven Adams, and Adams hits the first free throw to make it a 4-point game. And then Adams intentionally misses the second, and bounces right back to him. And he goes out to Westbrook for a long 3-pointer, and he gets it to go when it's a minute left. Excuse me, not a minute left. It's under a minute, and they're only down by 1 point. It's basically a 4-point play. The hard way, miss a free throw, and then he got it out to Westbrook for a long 3. But then they can't foul. They can't foul. Houston gets the ball in, and then Gordon ends up with the ball, and he races down court, gives it off to Ariza. And because Oklahoma City couldn't foul because they had 3 guys in the backcourt and only 2 in the front court. Ariza had the ball, and Steven Adams, who was guarding Nene, came out to guard Ariza, which left Nene wide open under the basket. Ariza found Nene, and then Jeremy Grant, he fouled Nene, but he did not try to wrap him up. He just tried to swipe for the ball, and then Nene was able to get the ball up and in for an and one, which was really the dagger in the game for Houston. Like I said, 28 points for him. Huge. That was just a huge game for Nene, man. And then he made a free throw to make it a 4-point game, which basically iced the game for them. Although it was another point earlier in the fourth quarter where Oklahoma City was down 2, and then Gordon made a terrible pass to Harden. Harden actually got away with a push-off on Alex Abrinas too. But Westbrook almost came up with a steal, but then Gordon came back up with the ball. That was almost costly there too. So those were like the two key plays down the stretch that Oklahoma City missed. But again, I still don't like Westbrook's shot selection. The third straight game, Westbrook did get a triple-double. Finished with 35, 14, and 14. I mean, the dude's an animal. Dude's a monster. I mean, but he just hasn't had that much help. Taj Gibson only had 6 points after the 20-point effort in Game 3. He really slowed down. He only shot five. He only shot 5 shots. He did get in foul trouble early. That's another reason why he slowed down. He did get in foul trouble early. Again, I mentioned to you the struggles by Robertson, throwing 13 points in the game, 5 of 9 shooting, but 2 of 12 from the free throw line. That was after they started intentionally fouling him. Steven Adams actually had a pretty good game. 18 points off 8 of 10 shooting with 10 rebounds. Another double-double for him. Oladipo kind of had the same game that he had in Game 3. 15 points off 7 of 10 shooting. He had a big three to bring him back within a couple during a stretch in the game. But Jeremy Grant was the only guy that really stepped up off the bench. He had 10 off 5 of 5 shooting. Didn't miss a shot. But yeah, man, not as much help as Westbrook had in Game 3, and it really showed. And then again, the help by Houston, supporting cast, helping out Harden. Harden struggled, but Nene Nene, Gordon, and Williams came up big for Houston in that regard. That's what I told you. That's what it would come down. It would come down to which supporting cast could help out their superstar. Obviously, we knew Houston had the better supporting cast coming into this series. And I picked Houston to win in 6. But it looks like they might win in 5 unless Westbrook and the Thunder can muster up a win on the road, But again, Westbrook's going to have to get that support from his role players. He's going to have to get a little bit more support from his role players than he got in this one. Just a little bit more. Like I said, Adams had 18. Adams had struggled during the series. Oladipo had 15. Oladipo, like I said, he's had a good game, 3 games, 3 and 4. But you don't know what you're going to get on the road now. So it depends, man. Big ups to Houston, man. Again, Nene to start the game, 28 points, 10 rebounds off the bench for Houston. Again, 3-1 lead for Houston, going back home for Game 5 on Tuesday night. I believe it's on TNT. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everything. If you like this video, give it a like button. Hit that like button, and then leave a comment. Let me know what you thought and think about this series. Let me know if you think Westbrook has no help or some help or whatever. Let me know what you think about the Houston supporting cast and how they've stepped up to help out their guy Harden. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'm currently watching the Boston-Chicago game right now. That's why my eyes keep drifting. But for everyone watching this video, I wish you nothing but positive vibes only. I appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.